Yes. My mom did not make it, but her mom did. My grandmother. Hang on one second. So this one is about 5 feet by 6 feet, give or take. I should have looked. So my grandmother was an artist. She was an incredibly gifted painter and sculptor, and she did like wood cut ink prints and drawings and all kinds of amazing things. And she sewed onto the backs of each one of her quilts the title and the date. And if I would have been smart before I hung all of them up in my new house, I would have written all of those down before I hung all of these quilts. But I'm sometimes not very bright, so I didn't do that. The title of this one had something to do with clouds and trees because there are clouds and trees. But it's a stunningly beautiful piece of art. And one of my favorite things about this one is these are these little plastic tubes that show different colors and these little beads. And my grandmother sewed all of her quilts by hand. She cut every piece of fabric by hand and sewed all of these pieces of fabric together by hand. Let me show you a couple more. This one, which I also did not write down the title to, it's about, I don't know, 2.5 feet by 2 feet, give or take. And, you know, again, it's just like the attention to detail with these little things and all of this stuff. You know, there's a little piece of mirror sewed into the middle, you know, and the different colors. It's just amazing. She left all of these to me when she passed away in 2010. Hang on, I got a couple more. This one's about 3 foot by 4 foot. You can see on the side there's a snake. On each side there's a snake. With some of these, I can never really tell whether I hung them right side up. Because on this one, it looks like there's clouds on the bottom, but maybe the clouds are supposed to be on the top. If they're clouds at all, I'm not really sure, but just amazing combinations of colors and patterns and fabrics and little details, even in the sewing patterns that she did. Hang on, I got one more. This one hung in my living room. It's kind of, this quilt is probably 4 foot by 6 foot. It's huge. And this one is called the Healing Bench. And that is a bench that was just outside of her back porch. And she made this quilt. Again, it's got, you know, all of these little detail pieces, little sparkle pieces sewn, glued on, and little pearly things, and little beads. And it's the snakes that are coming up out of the woods to her healing bench. And she made this quilt after she had breast cancer for the first time. There's a moon, and there are different clouds, and there's like a sun thing going. But she wrote some words on this quilt. She made this quilt after the first time she was diagnosed with breast cancer in probably 1991 or 1992. And what she wrote here has to do with chemotherapy. And she wrote, "The poison transmuted brings eternal flame. open me to heaven to heal me again, the healing bench. And unfortunately, she was re-diagnosed with breast cancer in the second half of 2009 or something, and she passed, I think, in May of 2010. But I'm incredibly grateful to have these pieces from her that I get to hang in my new home and display them with the prominence that they deserve.